Today on Suncoast View, Sarasota County gives a green light to new development at Siesta Promenade. Will that mean more brake lights for residents and the South Trail? We'll discuss.
A local program helps Latino students and their families prepare for college and make sure they succeed once they get in. The universities they are attending will astound you.
And the holiday season can mean lots of trips and travels, and that means you need places to put your pets. Canine Corral is here to help. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Happy Monday. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to our guest host today, Kathy Carson-Fryman. Welcome.
Thank you. It's always so much fun to be here.
It is fun to have you here, and actually, I will say just before the show, Linda and Kathy, if you don't know, of course, Kathy is Linda's daughter, we're arranging, hey, I'm not going to see you today because there's some pickup things. I've got things for the kids, so I'm happy you could be here together.
Yes, and say hello.
And of course, you
in.
are next door neighbors now. So.
Yes, we are, which works out really well when you have a house full of company. I can share my company with her.
And they can just walk right over. It's perfect.
Which, speaking of, I did see over the weekend we have some photos that you have family coming in for the holiday week.
Dana and Rick, my stepdaughter and her husband, are here from Orangeburg, South Carolina. So I'm trying to entertain them and make them have a good time. Meanwhile,
but you did do part of Dana visiting, I know, is that you do stop at Patrick's to see Bud's picture.
Because that's my husband Bud and her dad, and his picture hangs in Patrick's. For a while it was in the men's room, but every time we went to Patrick's, all these women lined up at the men's room to see Bud's picture, so they moved it out.
A little harder to get in to visit, so it's nice that it's there now. And I saw in that picture before you had a large table full of what looked like you're prepping for the holiday.
This morning, at this very moment, my kitchen is being redone. So the people are arriving. They're tearing out the cabinet. They're tearing out the whole kitchen. So that's everything from my kitchen stacked on the dining room table. So we're going to eat at Kathy's house.
Nothing says like, let's do my kitchen on Thanksgiving week.
I was going to say the timing doesn't feel ideal, but I don't think that was the original plan, correct?
No, it wasn't, but I'll take what I can get at this point.
Yes, that's true.
We've got 15 people for Thanksgiving dinner, I think. Talk about blended family. Her in-laws, my stepdaughter and her husband. We just got all these people coming that are family. They're our total family. But the mess will stay at my house, and the people will go to her house.
That's good. That's good. That's the way to do it. When especially how great to live next door to each other. You do get to kind of, all right, listen, we can sequester the dirty dishes and mess for a little while. The people stay. And I saw that one picture. We saw your granddaughter Lila with your stepdaughter Dana. So you really are the blended family.
Yes.
Your model blended family.
Mm-hmm. But there's no way we could love these people more or be closer to them. Mm-hmm. And I think blended families in a lot of ways are easier because I might say something really nasty to Kathy, but not so much to Dana.
Yeah, right. I think that's really true.
Yeah.
They get the nicest version of her. I do not.
Right. Oh, that's what you get. We'll have to get you a stepmother so that you can.
I've got to tell you what Kathy said to me. One of the segments on our show today, I couldn't pronounce the name. I kept messing up, and I said to Kathy, oh my goodness, I'm getting old. I can't pronounce words anymore. And she said, you've never been able to pronounce words. That's nothing new.
That's true.
She likes to make me feel better.
I'm helping.
Yes,
I'm helping.
Yes. You've never lost that skill. You never had it.
I felt better. It's not age.
Well, Linda, you are so adored and beloved in the community that I do have to say it is fun to have Kathy here because, of course, she loves you, but it's nice to have. It's the only person I've ever seen who can, razz you a little bit. So, it's fun. It's fun to see the different dynamics. It's always fun to have Kathy here, of course.
Fun to be here.
But you also had a very big weekend. You were celebrating one of our own here at ABC7.
Marla Spence is pregnant. I think she is due, the baby's due the 19th of January, maybe. So all the ladies at the station had a baby shower for her. There she is in yellow. It was at Amber, our producer's house, and it was so much fun. We played games, we painted onesies and bibs. We just had such an awesome time. I really love these ladies. We're very close. We have tremendous respect for each other, and we support each other.
Yes, and I've noticed that you ladies all really do come together to celebrate each other, as there have been, wedding showers and baby showers and different events happening over the last couple of years. It's nice to see everyone, it's the camaraderie here is
yes,
really nice.
well, we've got each other's back at work too. So I think when you really respect and like the people you're working with, you just do a better job.
Yes, well, that's wonderful, and a big congratulations. Of course, we love Marla. You see Marla in the mornings for Good Morning Suncoast. Well, I had a big weekend. I went to the opening night of The Music Man at Oslo Rep.
How was it?
It was great. I have to tell you, it was just kind of, the thing I kept hearing throughout the lobby was, this is what we need right now. It is enjoyable fun. You don't stop smiling through the whole show. Great entertainment. And that's what we need, a good old-fashioned American musical, you know, the classic songs. Cliff Rolls captured a picture of Jerry and I also ran into our own ABC7, John Scalzi, our meteorologist. He was there as well with Linda Larson. So it was nice, and the cast will actually be on the show tomorrow. So the Music Man runs through December 29th at Oslo Rep. Don't wait to get tickets because I think it's going to sell out quickly, and it just is a feel-good musical, and we'll learn a lot more about it a little later. But tomorrow we will have 3 of the stars on the show, so that's something nice to look forward to.
I think it makes you better at your daily life when you take time out to do something that just makes you smile and happy and joyful, and then you go back to everyday life and the little problems that you have to solve.
It's true, and you know, you're lucky if you can spend 3 hours, 2.5 hours to forget your troubles and just enjoy good old-fashioned singing and dancing, which is what this was. So I'm excited for our viewers to meet some of the stars tomorrow, but a great show at Oslo Rep. So it's great to live here on the Suncoast. Good way to start the week. Well, we want to check in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen. Today we have Chef Ray from Madison's 41. Welcome.
Well, thank you.
What are we making today?
Today we're going to make a peppermint hot chocolate.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right, a little special treat for the holidays.
It is. Well, I'm having a gingerbread house workshop on Sunday, and we're going to be serving this, but we won't be putting the peppermint liquor in it. We'll be using some extract for the children out of the net.
So
I thought for us it would be fun.
Is it for children or adults or both?
It's for everyone. I have people, I've had kids from 4 up to 80. So it was fun.
That sort of covers our family group.
It's true. And with Linda's Kitchen, maybe you should take everyone over there. It would be a nice treat. Well, we're excited to learn to make that with you, and we're going to learn a little bit more about the gingerbread workshop a little bit later on. Well, we did get some feedback from our viewers, and we love hearing from our viewers. On Friday, we discussed Amendment 13. This was, the voters passed this amendment. This is the one that outlaws greyhound racing in the state of Florida. This will actually close 11 racetracks. Well, with this closing, we discussed we're going to see a large number of greyhounds needing adoption. So our guest host on Friday, Marcia Panucci, who's also the host of Animal Outtakes, shared her thoughts on what she feels greyhounds need in a good home. She had mentioned, she said that, you know, anyone thinking to adopt should allow the dogs to run. The dogs need a lot of space to run and energy to dispel. And apparently some of our viewers disagreed. So we did hear from a viewer who said, I disagree with Marcia. Greyhounds are lovable, quiet, and great companions. And actually this viewer is part of the Racing Dog Retirement Project, which is RDRP. This is an all-volunteer 501c3 organization that is dedicated to protecting, rehabilitating, and helping to get adopted the retired racing greyhounds in Sarasota, Florida. So they said all the greyhound needs to be happy is just a pillow.
They're
a pillow and some love.
Yeah, you know what? We have found that pets coming into our homes sort of adapt to us. They sort of adapt to our lifestyle and make themselves fit in. So I bet a greyhound could run if he needed to, or he could lie on the pillow all day long.
Yeah.
So sort of like a lot of men I know.
And women.
Yeah. So the dog, there will be some greyhounds, quite a large number of them that will need good homes. So don't rule yourself out if the dog can't run. You can contact one of those great organizations and learn if you are a good fit for a new family.
Yeah, I know Richard Stern, who's our business editor, has greyhounds, and he says his don't need to run. You know, he walks them. They're just like any other kind of dog.
There you go. So dogs are individual, apparently. So we love hearing from our viewers. So thank you for keeping us up on your view. Well, it is time for our first hot topic, and it has been back and forth for months. And now Sarasota County has approved Benderson Development's plans for Siesta Promenade. Benderson will build retail space, residential units, and a hotel at Stickney Point and US 41 near the South Siesta Bridge. Residents are, of course, concerned about traffic and congestion. The county and Benderson agreed the new development creates a transition between outlying residential areas and the beach. All right, what do we think about this?
Well, it looks really pretty. And when we moved here, there was a service station there, so it'll look better than the service station or that grass. What do you think?
The people are here. You know what I mean? They're coming. It's not like if we don't build it that there aren't going to be more people moving here and visiting here. I get it. If I lived there, I wouldn't want that. But we gotta, embrace it. You know, the change is here. So I think it could be a beautiful project.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that this is a tricky situation because we know the development's coming, and with that corner, it's almost like there's no way that development's not going to happen on that corner. If I lived right near there, I would be concerned about the traffic.
And they're beautiful homes, really beautiful homes near there.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see. We will, of course, follow this project and see, but now that it got the green light, we're definitely going to be hearing a lot more about it. Well, are our kids consuming too much caffeine? And should a coffee shop be able to make that determination? A British coffee shop, Costa Coffee, is being criticized for refusing to serve an iced coffee to a 12-year-old. And the chain says it does not encourage the sale of caffeine to kids under the age of 16. In the US, a new survey found that Starbucks ranks second as the most popular eatery behind Chick-fil-A on a list of restaurants where teens are most likely to spend their money. When energy drinks and soda are factored in with coffee, teens are the fastest growing group of caffeine consumers. All right, here's the question. Should stores be allowed to control whether kids under the age of 16 get coffee?
I mean, I think it's kind of, when it comes to coffee, you're serving someone. But at the same time, wouldn't that mean that you wouldn't serve them Mountain Dew or anything that has a lot of caffeine in it? I mean, I guess if it's your coffee shop, you should be able to say if you don't want to serve kids caffeine, but I don't know that you're doing much good.
But your kids have never tasted caffeine, have they?
Well, they're 4 and 8. This was like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, 12-year-old.
Yeah, I wouldn't let my kids drink coffee just because they would go crazy.
Pulling them
I can't handle it already.
Do you think it raises the question, though, of not necessarily is caffeine appropriate for a child, because that's a whole other discussion, but should a restaurant be able to make that decision?
I think they should be able to make that decision because they are, first, if they eliminate that kid, probably he's with his parents, so you eliminate everybody in that party, so it will hurt your business. But I think they can make, it wouldn't bother me.
But it's kind of a slippery slope if you think about it. Then if you can say, I'm not going to serve a 12-year-old caffeine, then who else can you say you don't want to serve? You know what I mean? If you start allowing decisions like that, I can see how that could potentially be a problem.
Well, on some doors it says you're not allowed without shoes and in bathing suits. Never had that problem walking into a place, but they do just choose not to serve those people.
Yes, I mean, I would have concerns. I'm not a parent, but I think I would have concerns about a 12-year-old drinking coffee, especially as a regular habit.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, you open the door to, no, you shouldn't order fries because that's bad for your heart.
Oh, yeah.
And you should have a milkshake.
Yeah, I've been watching
sugar.
you. You don't need any more
And a lot of
fries.
soft drinks have just as much caffeine. I mean,
Yes.
so.
Interesting. We'll see. I guess we draw the line with who gets to draw the line.
Yeah, but by
like this.
drawing this line, they get a lot of conversation
This
and
is
a
true.
lot of free publicity, and they do this a lot.
Yes, this is true. Well, speaking of coffee, on a lighter note, Keurig pretty much revolutionized the way we drink coffee with their single-serving pods. Now they might change the way we drink cocktails. Keurig is joining up with Anheuser-Busch and debuting the DrinkWorks Home Bar. The machine uses single pods, and it actually turns them into cocktails, alcohol and all. There will be 15 cocktail pod varieties to start. Things like Moscow Mules, margaritas, mojitos, even Long Island iced teas. The machine scans the pod and adjusts the temperature and carbonation to make a delicious drink at the push of a button. Would you try this?
Is it available now?
Yes, I believe it is.
I can think of somebody I'd give it to as a gift.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I would try it because I wouldn't make like one really fancy drink for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
you
it's-
wouldn't count on it for like a really beautifully mixed martini or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if you want to
but-
make a gin and tonic or something else,
Yeah, why not?
Might be an option. Or
And-
margaritas, sure.
Yeah, the reason the coffee maker works is because you can do one. You don't have a whole pot. So this way you could do one drink.
That's a good point.
And
That
you
is
wouldn't
the
have to
appeal.
mess up a lot of glasses.
And get all of the ingredients.
Yes.
And, yeah.
Well, they're certainly releasing it at the right time, right before
Yeah,
the
right.
holidays.
Yes, yes.
Well, we are going to check in with our mid-morning forecast. And when we come back, Carl Reynolds Law is here with some new information that could protect you.
Great to see you on this Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Jones for John Scalzi today. And here's your weather headlines. For today, a few peaks of sunshine, but all in all, mostly cloudy skies and a chance for light sprinkles in the afternoon. We're going to have a very mild Thanksgiving on tap for us with mostly sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 70s. And then the best chance of widespread rainfall comes our way over the weekend. In fact, we could get some rumbles of thunder on Saturday lingering in the sun there. Futurecast, pretty quiet. Mostly cloudy skies in our forecast today, and in the afternoon, some light showers could develop, but those will be short-lived. Hey, we're still in hurricane season, that's right. Actually officially ends on November 30th, but as you can see, the trend during the month of November starts to wind down, so not much activity. And it's evident here in the tropics. Nothing brewing here in the Atlantic, in the Gulf of Mexico, or the Caribbean at this time. There's nothing to show you here. So as far as the boating forecast, northerly wind at 10 knots.
Welcome back. With the Thanksgiving holiday right around the corner, many of us will be spending a lot of time in the kitchen, and all the food preparation can really be a workout for our garbage disposals. Well, Chris Barbado from Broward Factory Service is here to help us avoid disasters in our drains and disposals. We really need you this time of year, Chris.
Oh, we do. I can't tell you how many times mine is broke on Christmas or on Thanksgiving.
And we're using them so much. So we know, like Linda says, a backed up drain or clogged disposal can really be a problem around the holidays. Do you get an influx of certain types of emergencies this time of year?
Well, we do find that with the garbage disposal, people, they're not sure what they should be putting down the garbage disposal, so either they're putting all sorts of stuff down or they're really not using it that much. So a big thing we find is clogged drains. Okay, so we'll show up, we have to open the pipes up and unclog what's in there, but we can only get so far. So if the clog develops into a huge one and it's it's far back, we can't get to it, you have to get a professional plumber out there to clear your lines.
And that's a bigger problem, but there are ways to avoid it. So luckily you brought us a list of things that we should absolutely never put down the disposal. So let's take a look. Some of these were a surprise to me. Foods that stick. What types of foods?
What are those?
So your peels, so your potato skins, most of the skins, and it's something simple you wouldn't really think would cause an issue, yet they're going to stick to your drain, to the walls of your drain, and they can create a problem.
All right, next on that list, eggshells. This surprises me.
Yep, eggshells don't break down, so they can clog up and cause a big problem. My mom growing up, we used to love to cook deviled eggs, so I remember sitting there at the sink, peeling them and tossing them down the drain. We're both smiling, yet I get into this business and I find out shouldn't do that.
No, so no to eggshell. Yeah. That's a big surprise. This one might be a little more obvious, but still important to say the bones. Bones from anything.
Yeah, bones. They're just so tough to break down. You really should not be putting bones down the disposal. Absolutely not.
And along the line of bones, we don't want to put down corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. Yep.
I don't know if I would have thought to do that, but it is good to know that
that one did come up. I thought it was funny, but you should not be.
I would have known that. The eggs not so much.
But you make a good point too, that some of us use our disposal so little because we're afraid that it will clog.
Yes.
But that's what it is there for. It's there to be used. What are some things we can put down the disposal that will help with the maintenance?
A very big help would be to cup of ice. Pour it into your disposal. You want to run some water with it, but that'll help keep it clean and sharp.
Oh, maybe that's why mine doesn't smell so good right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, with the smell, a great trick is to some lemon or some limes. Squeeze in there and let it run, or even just soap. Run it with some soap, some cold water.
Can we have a lemon or lime and throw it in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be all right.
That should be okay.
Well, you brought a disposal, which I have to be honest, I've never really looked underneath to see how it works. So show us a little bit about how it works and how we could maybe do a little maintenance on our own if we need.
Sure. So this is the magical black hole that lives under the sink, right? So whenever the garbage disposal locks up, it might seem that it's done. It might seem that it's broken or it's done with, but really there's a couple things you can check for. So the first being is there's a reset button right here located on the bottom of the disposal, and it will pop out. So you can try pressing that in, and then also if you have a garbage disposal, you should have a service wrench.
I wondered what that thing
made for the disposal. And what'll happen is the teeth in here will lock up, and all you have to do is put the wrench here in the middle, and it locks in like that, and you just have to break it free. Once you break it free, it'll kick right back on.
So that you recommend, that is a tool that we should have in our house if we need to stop a jam.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You should always have this.
I think we all have those. We
Yes.
just don't know
So,
what they
you know,
are.
if you're in the middle of Thanksgiving and it locks up, you know, you don't want to make a phone call and have
No.
to wait for someone to come out. If you can do it yourself, who wouldn't want to do it?
Sure.
yes.
Well, it's good to know that trick, but it's also nice to know that you have a whole service plan available. Your silver service plan, one price for the year, and then that covers parts, labor.
Yep, and it's for the year. So you can call us 10 times, 20 times, 5 times a week. It doesn't matter. It's free for us to come out. It's free for us to diagnose, and it's free for us to make the repair.
That's a great thing.
Oh,
Peace
yes.
of mind is a great thing to have, and it's also nice too if you know someone that's living on their own to be able to have your services available to them. For more information about keeping your home appliances running smoothly and to learn more about the Silver Service Plan, visit Broward Factory Service online at browardfactory.com. Thanks for the tips, Chris. We'll be right back.
Very good.
Me, pick me. Oh, come on, man. Oh, man, I love technology. Hey, yo, check out my new phone. Look at this right here. For years, the DeSoto Club has needed improvements. Join me and Boys and Girls Club of Manatee County as we raise money to build a brand new facility. It will be bigger and better, just like it was 40 years ago when I attended. Invest in kids, build great futures.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips. Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC 7.
The holiday shopping season is right around the corner, and that means a lot of us are going to be in and out of some different stores and businesses. Right. Now, those businesses have a legal responsibility to keep us safe, even if the business is in a home. In today's Injuries Are Personal, attorney Carl Reynolds from Carl Reynolds Law is here to explain premises liability. So what does the law say a business owner is responsible for?
Well, business owner is responsible for any dangerous conditions known or that should have been known about by the business owner. So, Usually what we're dealing with in cases like this are what we call in the business foreign transitory substances. That's a fancy word of saying something that's on the floor that shouldn't be. So the proverbial banana peel is there, and you're walking around the corner with your shopping cart, and boom, you wipe out because the banana peel.
Hurt a knee or hurt a shoulder.
Right.
So injury-wise,
yeah,
what kind of things do you usually see from clients that happen as a result of things that happen in a business?
Well, injuries, if with the blunt force fall that you're not expecting, and especially when both feet fall up. I tried a case last year where she was in a grocery store, and an employee actually had pulled out a bunch of cans of soda and dropped one.
Right.
And it spilled all over the floor, and the employee went to dispose of the can and then didn't put up any signs or anything and went to the back of the store, presumably maybe to get a mop or something, but left it there for a number of minutes. About 5-10 minutes later, my client walks past the same area, and you see the video, her feet are straight up in the air, and she falls with all her force on her low back. So usually you're dealing with low back kind of injuries. You can deal with fractures too, but a lot of times it's spinal injuries, whiplash injuries because your head snaps back.
Now, what kind of documentation should we get if we are an injured party when something like that happens to us?
Excellent question. Here's the deal. In order to prevail or to win one of these kinds of cases, you have to prove that the store was negligent. That is, that they did something that a reasonable, careful store wouldn't do, or they failed to do something that a reasonable, careful store wouldn't have done. So, or would have done. So you have to prove that they knew that, for example, let's use this soda, okay? That was an easy situation because the employee created it. But let's say we don't know where the soda came from, okay? It just happened to be on the store and you fell. Well, just because you fell in the store, an often misnomer in these kinds of cases is that people think that just because I fell in the store then has to pay for my bills and my injuries. It's not the case. You have to prove that the store was actually negligent. And the way you have to prove that is that they either knew that it was there, well, that's very difficult, or that they should have known. So what you need to do is you need to take a picture of it. You need to look at it. I know it's embarrassing when you fall and you're not really thinking about that, but if you can, take a picture of it, because if it has track marks, if it has footprints through it, then we can presume that it had been there long enough that the store should have recognized it and cleaned it up.
And maybe there's video where you can see that nobody had confessed to spilling it, but maybe somebody did.
Correct. And video is very difficult to get hold of.
I bet.
They protect it under work product, so until you file a lawsuit, a lot of times you can't get access to that video. But if you can get photos of the actual area where you fell, and if we can show through circumstantially that it had been there long enough where a store that was reasonably careful, that had employees patrolling, could have observed it and cleaned it up, then you can say they were negligent.
Some negligence. All right, so the bottom line is, if something happens to you when you're out and about this shopping season, take a picture.
Correct.
Take a picture.
Everyone has their cell phone, so take a picture.
That's right. Take a picture. All right. To find out more about premises liability or any of your legal issues, you can talk to Carl Reynolds by going to injuriesarepersonal.com. We'll be right back.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
Back to Suncoast View. The holiday season is also a big visiting and vacation season. And that can mean some planning ahead on what to do with our pets. Well, Mark Shambor from Canine Corral is here to talk about our options for when we go away. And of course, Canine Corral is one of our options. And you had some fun there recently, and you snapped some shots of your dogs who are odd couples.
Odd couples, opposites attract.
Yes, so let's take a look at the stills here. And these are all dogs that spend time at Canine Corral.
Daycare dogs or our own personals. That's Bruno, and that's actually Ava, who is a puppy, a beagle puppy.
Oh.
Big and small, opposites.
And they like each other.
I walked these two dogs down the wedding aisle. Yeah, that's Odie and Lexi.
They tied the knot.
Yeah, well, somebody else did,
Yes.
but they're actually, he works at ABC7. It was Tim and Megan.
Oh, nice. Oh.
There's Abby and Noodly. Again, she's giving him some tongue, or her some tongue or something there. It looks like.
An earful, for sure.
Yeah, right. She's got something to say. Oh, look at
There's
this
Emma.
one.
This is Spencer. This is actually the dog I have with
Spencer
me.
that you brought with us today.
He's in his cart right now. and
So he can't walk.
He can't walk. He was shot and he's got some rear leg damage, but it doesn't slow him down at all.
It doesn't stop him from making friends, and there he is.
I
We're
love
glad you
you.
brought him today. Well, of course, today we are talking about traveling with our pets. And as we're getting into the holiday season, as we're prepping for vacations and trips, certainly our pets are a big part of the mix. So let's talk about, you brought a little suitcase, which kind of represents some of the things that you could bring for your dog. But we have to keep in mind where our destination is. So hotel policies, I know, can be a little tricky.
They can be very tricky. I get calls almost weekly during season because people haven't planned ahead with their pets or they didn't ask the right questions.
Speaking of the right questions, you brought us kind of a quick list of some things that we should look to when we are trying to book travel with our pets.
Of course,
let's take a look at that list.
You want to make sure that, call ahead and make sure that pets are allowed. Sometimes we just assume that they are and we don't call ahead and we just assume, well, we'll work it out when we get there. Make sure you call ahead, and then of course you want to make sure that is there a size limit, weight limit? Sometimes we just assume my dog's 40 pounds and then they'll get the scale out or something and then you're stuck, and that's of course why we board or do daycare, because you can't have the dog there at that point.
And a lot of times I understand hotels will be more lenient with a smaller dog.
Definitely, yes, because they want the smaller, the more compact and not big and bulky. And people get scared sometimes of the big dogs too, and they can do more damage.
Sure. All right. The next question we should always ask when we're booking.
Okay, I found that almost every hotel had a fee ranging from $75 to $250 just to have your dog there, and I didn't find that any of them were refundable. So this is something you do want to ask ahead of time because you want to make sure you budget for it. Of course, I would pay a fee to have my dog, bring my dog with, but $250 is that's steep.
And sometimes it's like a cleaning deposit or a security deposit, right? So in some cases you can get it back if your dog doesn't
And I have
damage.
not found that you could get this fee
Yeah,
back.
maybe that was the old days. They've gotten away from that.
Good question to ask. And then, of course, we should also ask the next question.
Beach access. You know, can your dog go on the beach? If you're renting a beachfront hotel or even a home, are your dogs allowed on the beach? You may assume they are, but that's one of the questions that you do want to ask.
Yeah.
And along those lines, thinking about our destination wherever we're going, even if you find a hotel with a pet policy that will work for you, what should we know about, or questions should we ask about the destination and things to do with our dogs?
Well, you know, a lot of the parks, generally the parks you can walk your dog on leash, but the beaches, in Sarasota, there's only one official dog beach, and that's in Venice, and it's off of Harbor Drive. Some of them are unofficial, like the Causeway and Bird Key Park, where you can have them off leash and it's not enforceable. But a lot of times, you have to remember you could get a ticket if you have your dog off leash at one of them. So that's something you want to ask ahead. Yeah, whether it's here or if it's up at Myrtle Beach or anywhere, you want to ask ahead of time.
So, all right, if we're going to visit family, as we're getting into the holiday time, what is the etiquette rule about bringing pets with us to stay with family and friends?
It happens a lot where you go to an event or you bring your dog there and somebody has allergies.
Yes.
Or you just assume because it's an outdoor event that your dog is allowed to be there, and a lot of times it's not the case. Yeah. Do want to ask ahead, and it is proper to say, hey, can I bring Spencer with? He's not much trouble. Will he get along with your other dog? Because you don't know if the other dog's going to want your dog to be there if they have a pet themselves. Young children, make sure that whether it's there or if it's at an event where you can have your dog, if it says dog friendly, welcome, make sure your dog is friendly. Don't bring a dog that's not trained enough or social enough to be around other dogs and people.
The overall theme seems to be ask ahead, do your research, plan ahead instead of winging it.
Yes.
As the hostess, we've had to board our dogs when people came to visit us because they were allergic to dogs and did not enjoy being around them.
And I find too, it just seems like people just assume that their dog can come with. And I'm telling you, even any destination you're going to right now, don't assume that you're going to have room at a boarding facility. Yeah. Up north, anywhere during the holiday season, they're full. We're full. I mean, we've got room for a couple more dogs at our place, but this week it's going to fill up fast.
So if we are considering boarding, of course, is an option. How soon would we need to make these plans?
They should be made already.
Okay.
Yeah, and I always have room for one more. I make room for one more. That's just the way we are. Yeah. But it's very surprising how many people don't plan ahead and they're like, I don't know what to do with my dog, and I feel sorry for them.
Well, and this is certainly, the beginning of holiday travel, and there will be more, so there is time to plan ahead. Thanks, Mark. Great information. For more information about all of your pet needs, including holiday daycare and boarding, you can find Canine Corral on their website, caninecorralsrq.com. Coming up next, how a local group is helping local minority students prepare for college.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Watch Suncoast View weekdays at 9 a.m. on ABC 7. This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Ray Collins. Today at noon, Sarasota City Commission will discuss loosening the rules on short-term rentals. The move would help those who want to rent their homes to vacationers or others for less than a week. And we'll tell you about the accident that injured a 17-year-old race car driver from Germany. This happened over the weekend. Amazing video. But first, let's check the forecast from meteorologist Josh Stone.
Right, Ray. Very mild conditions in our forecast. We'll top out in the upper 70s and low 80s. Expect mostly cloudy skies, and much of the same for our forecast tomorrow on Tuesday. High is 79 with mostly cloudy skies. Then we'll see a couple of days of sunshine, and of course Turkey Day is this coming Thursday. High is 77, mostly sunny skies lingering into Friday as well. But a cold front comes our way as we edge into the weekend on Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies, widespread showers, and even some thunderstorms.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Unidos Now is on a mission to empower Latinos to achieve their American dream through education, integration, and civic engagement. To help accomplish that mission, they have a Future Leaders Academy for low-income, first-generation students in Sarasota and Manatee counties. And they're celebrating a grant for that program from the Barancic Foundation. We welcome Luz Corwico, the Unidos Executive Director, and we have a board member with us. We're very happy to have Karen Arango. Thank you guys so much for coming this morning, and tell us about the academy that you have. What does it do? How does it help?
Thank you so much for having us. The Future Leaders Academy is a program that it's geared for students who are low-income first-generation students. They will be the first ones to go to college in their families, and we serve students in Sarasota, Manatee. For that purpose, we have established high school clubs, and the students are selected with a very rigorous process. They have to apply, they have to write an essay, and we have to see that they have the main ingredient, the desire to dream big, beyond their limitations. So the Future Leaders Academy basically is a very comprehensive program that provides them with the leadership skills that they need, but also all the tools to ensure that they get into college. And most of the students have never been to a college, so we make sure that they go on a college tour with their parents because they are the ones who are going to be supporting their decisions. So our program is multi-generational and multicultural to empower the students to go beyond their dreams.
So you have a club, they're in a sort of a club after school, and somebody comes and works with them?
We have several high school clubs in each school in Sarasota and Manatee County. We actually have 10 high school clubs, and we have a staff member who works with the students. And the majority of the officers on those high school clubs are students who went through our Future Leaders Academy. Once they go through this very rigorous preparation and they announce the college of their choice, these students become role models for the others who want to follow their footsteps. And so we start very early, actually, in elementary, middle school, and high school to ensure that there is a pipeline and there are mentors that they can look up to. Some of our accomplishments include that in the past 4 years, we had 100% attainment. All the students that we have prepared have gone into college.
100% of the students have gotten into college?
Yes.
You must be so proud.
I am extremely proud, and as a board member, I am so grateful to be part of Unidos Now, being a Hispanic person, and I went to college here in Sarasota, and I can see the students from the Future Leaders Academy accomplish their dreams and being able to go to college when they thought they would not be able to, or they didn't know how to do the process of applying to a college or maybe even deciding what to study. And so I am extremely proud to be part of this organization.
Some pretty impressive colleges too.
40% of our students have gone to selective colleges like the University of Virginia, Vassar College. Just last year we had 2 Questbridge scholars who went on a full scholarship to Amherst and Haverford colleges, and also working with community partners, we helped one young woman to go to Yale University on a full scholarship. This year, so far, we have 2 Questbridge finalists that are in the process of competing for these very prestigious and highly competitive scholarships.
This can be so wonderful, especially if you are a first-generation student who, and your parents did not go to college. It might not even seem like it was on a path for you. And there are things like filling out financial aid information that can just be overwhelming.
And finding the grants that are available, the free money that's out there that you don't know how to find.
And FAFSA is something that every senior in high school should start completing when it opens, October 1st. But they usually find that the process is very complex. The parents don't know how to use the application. And so we make sure that we don't leave money at the table. This is free money that would allow them to pay their tuition. And so sometimes the students don't have the time or the parents don't have the information, and we make ourselves available in every high school to assist the students complete the FAFSA application. And this year, they can get up to $6,500 just if they qualify, because this is a federal aid based on income. It's a Pell Grant. In the past 2 years, we've seen that Sarasota Manatee had left at the table $2.5 million on top. So we want to make sure that the students take advantage and they have money already for their tuition.
This is wonderful. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Well, you're doing a wonderful job. We're so proud of you. You're making our community better. And for more information on Unidos Now, visit their website. And we'll be right back.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Happy Honda Days are here, and you're gonna like the holiday clearance savings. Save on the Accord, on sale for just $249 a month. That's the North American car of the year for less than the competition. Our most impressive Honda ever, on clearance for only $249 a month, loaded with more options, including a turbocharged engine and Honda Sensing. Do not miss these Honda clearance savings this week at your local Honda dealer.
It was the brutal rape and murder that rocked a small Sarasota community.
This woman was a worker, minded her own business.
The case went unsolved for 19 years until
I read in a National Geographic's article the phenotyping, DNA, and I went, I wonder if we can use that.
They did, and wait till you find out what happened. ABC 7's Just Outrick investigates, cracking the case. Tonight at 6 on ABC 7.
Coast Guard, we are taking on water.
The United States Coast Guard. They secure our ports and waterways, protect our environment, keep drugs away from our kids, and save lives. It's dangerous work. And in times of triumph, or tragedy, the Coast Guard Foundation answers the call to support Coast Guard members and their families. Learn more at coastguardfoundation.org.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 78.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Hey there, I'm P. Allen Smith. Join me Saturdays and Sundays on ABC 7.
Welcome back. As we are heading into a holiday week, of course, Thanksgiving is not just about turkey and football here on the Suncoast. There's lots going on before the holiday. And Linda, you're always the one in the know to keep us informed on what's available for the family.
Just call me the party girl.
There you go. So what's starting? Yeah.
There's something really great tonight. If you want to impress your guests, which I would like to, it's Sarasota at its finest. It is at the Ringling Museum. It's called Ringling by the Bay, and there's going to be live music and dancing and food and drinks available, and there is just no more beautiful place that says Sarasota than the Ringling Museum. And then, if you like to be by yourself to do your cooking starting out on Thanksgiving Eve, there is going to be a party. Wednesday night, there's a Thanksgiving Eve party called Main Street Live. It's on historic Old Main Street in Bradenton. It starts at 5 and it goes till midnight, and there's going to be dancing and music and food and drinks and arts and crafts. Everything you can imagine to celebrate the beginning of the holiday. Admission is free. You can cruise around the street, and it's just great fun. Get you in the spirit. Meanwhile, the person who's doing the cooking is at home with peace and quiet,
It's
getting
funny you
ready.
say to get everybody out of the house, because I always think, oh, you're coming home before Thanksgiving. All your friends are home.
Yeah,
your friends
yeah.
are in town. So that's a big going out night. Is the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that's something fun to do. Of course, be safe. Don't drink and drive. There are lots of Uber, Lyft,
yes,
tons of ways to get home safely for the holiday. But great things going on, and they will just continue. So Linda will be giving us a few more ideas.
There are more coming up.
You can find a full list, of course, by visiting our website, mysuncoast.com. All right, well, when we come back, I know where you'll find us. We're going to be in the kitchen with Chef Ray from Madison's 41. We're going to get a preview of the gingerbread workshop, and we're going to be making a holiday cocktail.
This is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good morning, I'm Jess Dowdrick. Coming up today at noon, 2 death investigations are underway on the Suncoast. The first in Manatee County after a man was gunned down in his car in Bradenton. The hunt now on for the killer. And in Sarasota County, a 72-year-old Northport woman has died after being injured in a fall. Police say the woman was providing care to her ailing 76-year-old husband when he pushed her down. Now let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Josh Stone.
All right, Jess, thank you very much. A very mild day in our forecast for today. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. We'll top out around 80 degrees, maybe upper 70s along the coast, a little bit warmer inland, maybe a touch or two above 80 degrees, and that's about it. As far as our wet weather goes, very limited, just light sprinkles today. Expect a northeasterly wind becoming northwest in the afternoon, about 5 to 10 miles per hour.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Welcome back. We're here in Rice's Appliance Kitchen with Chef Ray from Madison. What are we making?
We are making peppermint hot chocolate. And this is so easy, you will never use a packet ever again.
All right.
Ever.
Challenge accepted.
Right. Yes. So right now I've got milk and heavy cream, and we just brought this to a boil. And Linda, if you want to pour the chocolate in there.
All of them?
All of that chocolate.
At one time?
All at one time. You notice there's no sugar added to this at all. The only sugar you're getting is what's in the chocolate. So the darker your chocolate, the less sweet your cocoa is going to be.
And are these
so
chocolate
you can
chips?
adjust it that way. These are a chocolate chip. This is a Calabo chocolate. This is what I use. This is my workhorse chocolate at work. And I use it for this. And this is a 64% chocolate.
64%. I never know which one to choose.
They should always be labeled. They should tell you exactly the amount of dark cocoa.
Yeah.
When you get over 70, 72, is that when it gets bitter?
I have a 76 that I just used, and I love it. Anything above that is a little bit on
anything
the...
over 76.
Okay. But in this
to
case,
me,
you've got the cream.
but it's all
to
a
cut
personal, you know...
Yeah, I should write that down. That's good information.
Yeah. And then, so now that the chocolate is melted, we're going to add a little bit of cornstarch that I've added some of this milk to it. Correct. And if you want to mix that in, Linda.
Okay.
And the reason I'm adding the cornstarch is because I'm actually going to dilute it down with some liquor. If I wasn't going to add the liquor and I was just going to use an extract, I probably would skip the cornstarch.
Okay.
But it's going to thicken it up just enough and give it that mouth feel. It's
So
smooth,
the adult version,
creamy.
you need the cornstarch.
Exactly.
Can I ask the obnoxious question? Will this work with other milk substitutes like almond or coconut if we wanted to avoid dairy?
Oh,
or
sure.
Should we just dive in?
But it's got heavy cream.
It's got heavy cream,
All right,
you know,
so
so
there you
you
go.
got to have that richness, right?
There's not almond heavy cream.
No.
yet.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be a different mouthfeel.
Okay.
And then all we do is just add, we're going to add about, a half a cup or so of peppermint.
That was
vodka.
half a cup, and you know that.
About.
Eyeballing it depending on your guess.
This is where you can add as much peppermint or as little as you want. And you don't have to put the peppermint in. I mean, you could use Bailey's, you could use Kahlua, I mean hazelnut.
Oh, yeah.
All of the above.
All of the above, brandy.
It's going to be a fun holiday.
It could be really, really good. So Joey, I've got some homemade marshmallows here. If you
Okay.
want to cut some marshmallows out.
So you made the base for this?
I
yes?
did. I made this marshmallow yesterday.
This is a really fun idea because these are just regular cookie cutters?
These are just cutters, you know, just some seasonal, some just
I've
plain.
never seen that before.
Wow.
And what we're going to do, this is ready to go. And we're just going to...
cute.
I'd miss the cups.
For our
I'm
Jewish
glad to
friends,
see
you have the
did that.
menorah. Wow, that
I
didn't
never
take
knew
very
you could
long.
make marshmallows.
Me neither.
Oh, you know what a marshmallow is? It's basically meringue with gelatin.
Wow.
It's so simple.
This is great. I feel like the kids would love this.
Oh, I do too.
And
They
the
love
kid
Oh, yeah.
version, obviously, we skip the booze. You go with peppermint extract. and a few candy
Or
canes.
you could skip the peppermint altogether.
Yeah. Yes,
It
and
just
just
depends
make-
on.
Yes.
Oh, we'll put a little peppermint stick.
How fun.
And then we'll just add a little marshmallow.
Oh my goodness, this would be so
Now, how
great.
much fun is this?
Really, really
Yes.
cute.
As I said, and you'll never go back to powdered mix ever
Well,
again.
you certainly made it easy. And the child's version of this with the peppermint extract, you will be serving at the
my gingerbread workshops,
Let's
correct.
talk a little bit, because your gingerbreads are pretty legendary. So there's this home here. I
Correct.
just love your use of familiar candy to be the accessories. Like, what did you make the logs out of
That's
here?
a Tootsie Roll.
Right here.
A Tootsie Roll.
That's a Tootsie Roll. And then the fence made out of pretzels. And I mean, there's no rules with this. I mean, if you look at the church, I've got Triscuits on the roof as shingles. You use Cheez-Its. You can use cereals. There's so many different things you can do. So I'm doing a workshop in Bradenton at the Manatee Arts Center on Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 24th. And I'm doing one at 41 on Sunday, the 25th.
That's wonderful. 2 days, 2 great options, great for the whole family. And Chef Ray is amazing at assembling gingerbread houses. You will marvel at his work. You can register for that, of course, by going online to madisons.com. And I love you've made the stained glass windows out of
Lifesavers. You've crushed up multicolored
This is
Lifesavers,
amazing.
put it in the holes that you've cut out of your gingerbread, rebake it just till it melts,
It looks
and
so
you have
real.
stained glass.
Well, cheers,
Oh,
cheers.
this is wonderful.
We are going to enjoy our holiday hot chocolate.
have
This
two
one's for
Joes?
you.
Sure.
Kathy, thanks so much for being here. Always fun to have you. Safe holidays, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, you take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.
This is the best ever.